Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. Today I'm actually going to start, hopefully, some of the DLC stuff instead of continuing with the main quest, but for now we are in the Denerim Marketplace. There is a quick thing I forgot to do at the end of last episode, so we're just going to knock it out at the start of this episode. If we head over here to the Nord Noble Tavern is where we're heading. This one here. And talk to Ignacio. We did complete one of the crow's quests at the end of last episode. We just didn't turn it in, so we might as well do that here.
Find everything you need?
We're good. Check the chest. Here we go. 6 sovereigns and some gauntlets. Fine, we'll take those. The other thing I actually want to do is grab a magic staff I want to use, because I am sick of using the sword and shield. So, let's see, I don't have anything at the moment, but Denerim, if I'm going to buy something, Denerim is certainly the best place, because it has the Wonders of Thedas shop, which I assume has some decent staffs. So let's have a look. I do like the way this shield and sword I'm wearing looks. My character's just not great. Well, let's be honest, she's terrible at using a sword, so let's change that out.
Welcome to the Wonders of Thedas. We carry items crafted by the Circle, as well as a variety of antiquities. Is there anything you would like to see?
Browse. Okay, let's see. Winter's Breath, made of dragon bone. That is a really powerful staff. It kind of does double down on the cold damage, which I'm not great about, but it's certainly an awesome staff, so I think we're just going to use that. Yep, let's grab it. Cost a lot, but that's okay. We have the money. At least we do right now. While I'm here, is there anything else I might want to grab? Nah, I think I am good on the rest of this, actually. Can't even afford that, although it does give great resistances to basically everything. Okay, let's use the staff. Yeah, now that is a two-handed weapon, so we can't use a shield with it, but that's alright. We'll rock out with the staff for now. Like I say, I just am hyper-focused on cold damage, which is a little unfortunate if I meet something that resists cold, like a Revenant, for example, but that's fine. We can make do. Alright, actually for this next quest I do want some specific characters. So we're going to do the DLC known as Return to Ostagar. And this is where we go back to the battlefield of Ostagar, which has been overrun with Darkspawn. Now for this, the best characters are those who have some connection to Ostagar. So Alistair and Wynne were both there and fought in the battle. There is a third character we can get later, who is also good to take if you have him. But I'm not even going to get him in this playthrough, so I don't see the point in waiting just to show you what he says when he gets there. If I remember whatever character I decide to take him with, I'll try and take him to Ostagar and see if anything particularly interesting happens. So for this last slot, we can just take a rogue, Liliana or Zevran. I am kind of enjoying having Zevran along for a change, because normally I just rock out with Liliana. I never use Zevran. But now that he can pick locks properly, I'm happy with that, so let's go with that. Not to mention me and Wynne are both ranged characters, so it does help having some melee backup for Alistair. Alright, so to start this particular DLC, we need to go to Ban Loren's lands. See if we get a random encounter on the way. Doesn't look like it. No. Okay, fine. So you are surprised to recognize the uniform of King Kaelin's honor guard. A memory comes to you. You fought alongside this man at Ostagar. take a closer look at the guards. The guards wear uniform of Ban Loren, a minor lord well known and little loved for the fluidity of his allegiances. So you can either wait or you can join the fray. We're just going to jump in and attack. Doesn't actually matter which you do. The noble dies, or the honor guard dies anyway, so. Right, and now we have to fight them, which is fine. If I can target him with Crushing Prison, please. Cool, that hit, and then we'll straight out.
Let's make this quick, shall
Oh, Private Militia's come up here. He's probably annoyed that I hit him with Crushing Prison at the start of the battle. So he's kind of aggroed onto me, but that's okay. He's down. And then here and take out the last guy, just an archer. Easy. Done. Okay, Soldier's Helm. Red steel. It's a pretty good helm actually, but I'll stick with what I've got at the moment. Now, despite being stabbed, I think this guy has something to say. Up close, this man's face is unmistakable. You remember him as Ulrich Moraine, a member of Kaelin's honor guard at Ostagar and close confidant of the king.
Thank you. I didn't expect the band's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man.
What do you mean there wasn't time?
You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this, or die in some darkspawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter.
Yes, I recognise your face.
You were there with the Grey Wardens, one of Duncan's new recruits. I was to guard the king. He was my friend, understand? Maker. All that time in Ban Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostagar.
It's not your fault they died.
I know. Even had Logain's men not turned their backs on us, the Darkspawn were too many. Even Kaelin, for all his bravado, knew there would be no victory at Ostagar. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the Wardens.
Do you still have this key?
The Maker has a sense of humour, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Ban Loren's hands by now.
But you said Kaelin entrusted it to you.
I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please, it's probably still there.
This is also what I meant when I said it's best to take companions with a connection to Ostagar. Alistair and Wynne will have a lot more to say than any of the other companions you happen to take with you. Where?
The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search.
You'll be taking me along, won't you? Call me sentimental, but I left behind some dark spawn that really deserve a sword through the middle.
The events at Ostagar still haunt my thoughts, Warden. If that is where we are headed, I would like to accompany you.
It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Kaelin's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
There we go, Codex entry. And a new quest. So the Codex is just the credits of the people who worked on the DLC. I'm not going to read them out, but still, good to acknowledge their work. Okay, and we received the quest as well, which is always good. So look at that, it's premium content, return to Ostagar. So, recover the king's secret documents and reclaim the king's belongings. Alrighty. And as you saw there, both Alistair and Wynne piped up saying they would like to go with you, so we will certainly do that. Now, Alistair, Haven't used him in a little bit. It looks like he's only got one level up to spend, however. Let us increase... I need to remember what skills he needs to get this. 26 strength, he already has that. Okay, fine. In that case, I'm going to increase constitution by 2 and strength by 1. And we will just get his last skill here, shield expertise. There we go. Right. I'm actually also going to check his equipment, just in case I've picked up better stuff since I last used him. Like the longsword, I have a silverite weapon, which could be good for him. The axe doesn't do quite as much damage as his current longsword. What about the Viridian one? That's weaker. Okay, that is fine. Helm of the Red versus Commander's Helm. I mean, that is a little bit better armor. I'll keep his current one for the bonuses down the bottom though. That's fine. Chevalier's boots is actually quite a bit better than what he's currently wearing, so we'll upgrade those. Ferrothorn's armor, that's only medium armor, but he's only got tier 3 armor on at the moment. Surely I can do better than that. Yeah. Even though the Templar armor has that great spell resistance, I think I will just give him the better armor, so he can wear that. And for his shield, yeah, because he's got a bigger shield at the moment. These two here are small shields, so they don't give as good defense as his current one, despite being much higher tier. So I think I'll leave him with what he's got at the moment for that. Electrical damage, cunning, and willpower. None of that helps him a lot. The willpower could be nice, I suppose, but he's already got decent rings. In fact, the runic worry token is just a straight up upgrade to Surveyor anyway, so that's fine. Magister's shield. Could give him that, I guess. Rhaenyra's token might be even better, actually. It's fine, doesn't matter that much. Okay, we'll rock out with this. Sweet. So let's get going to Ostagar, and this has popped up down the bottom here, so let's travel there. Okay, as I said, overrun by Darkspawn, so immediately in a fight, straight from the start. Let us start with a Crushing Prison. It's kind of the best start, I think, and then we'll do the rest.
Something about returning hair makes me feel old, Win.
And what exactly are you implying, Alistair?
What? What? Nothing. No, I just thought...
You just thought I might be an expert at feeling old and could share some sage advice.
Let's get started.
Oh, there is a caster over there. Need to deal with him ASAP, so let's do that.
Here we go. Let's get started.
Ooh, nasty. Okay.
This should be easy enough. You're mine.
Cool, caster's dead. Awesome. I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again. Always take out the casters first. Your life will get so much easier if you do that. Okay. Does feel a little strange to visit Ostagar again when we remember it from the start of the game, but it's kind of cool. I really like this DLC. To visit an area we used to know after it has changed so much. Now, this Darkspawn had Kaelin's greaves on him. This is one of the things with this DLC, is you can find Kaelin's armor scattered around the field. So we've got the first piece of that.
What's the matter, Alistair?
I don't know, it just feels wrong to find this here. Poured over by Darkspawn and thick with their rot. It was his.
I know, I feel it too. But he is not the first king to ever fall in battle, or even the first to fall to the Darkspawn.
Yes, but this wound cuts deeper.
And it will bleed longer. But we must keep moving. No doubt the Darkspawn are eager to give us plenty more reasons to mourn.
It's really cool that they've added banter if you happen to bring Wynne and Alistair along on this particular piece of DLC as well. Right, the joining chalice. So, that is a gift, and in case you can't guess, that gift is for Alistair. So we'll just give it straight to him.
Is that for me?
There we go. Rather easy thing to miss, and I mean, you don't need to grab it, but it is a cool wee piece of, a cool thing they've added to the game, really. Okay, that's all I wanted up there. Down here. A place we're very familiar with. Alright. Now, I'm going to do something else with Crushing Prison this time. I'm going to freeze these guys. Wynne's probably going to kill that one, actually. She usually does. Yeah, that's fine. We'll try this one. Genlog Forge Master. Seems like the sort of character I would like to take out of the battle straight away, please. There you go. Done. He might survive the Crushing Prison. If he does, we'll deal with him then. But for now, let's take out these grunts. Yep, he did, but as you can see, it took out over half of his health, so well worth it. Yeah, and I'm liking my character a lot more now that she's holding a staff and not that stupid sword.
Let's get started.
Oh, more Darkspawn. Fine. As you can see, there are a lot of them to fight throughout Ostagar. But right now we haven't come across anything particularly difficult.
Come now, defend yourself.
There you go. I'm done.
You got blood on me, I hate that.
Let's get started.
Small chip spirit crystal. That's for shale. Okay.
Right.
One interesting thing here is this. This is where the old Quartermaster section was. But there is this, the Darkspawn Forge. As far as I know, you cannot do anything with it. It's just kind of this unique piece that's here. We can inspect it. Darkspawn is fastened croon spikes and corrupted Hala skull to the simple blacksmith's forge, do you remember? Yep, but it doesn't even give you a codex entry. It's just an interesting bit of lore, I guess. Let's get Severin to open this. Okay.
Your command?
Is the mage's chest there? Key required. Now, if you did not do the Hungry Deserter quest at the start of the game when you were first in Ostagar, you'll have the key for this quick chest, and you can open it, and you can get a rather powerful staff inside, I think. Since we did the Hungry Deserter quest, we cannot open that chest at all. So for this character, we'll just continue on. I will try and show you that, but we'll just continue on. Here's where Elric buried his key. Key to the Royal Arms chest, so we'll take that. But that's not for the Mage's chest, that's for a different chest. that also requires a key to open. As you can see, doesn't work. Okay.
Jumping in here with my Dalish elf character. She made a very different choice when it came to opening the mage's chest earlier, and as we can check in her inventory, she still has the key to the mage's chest there. So let's go see what's actually in this chest if you wait all the way until return to Ostagar to open it. As you can see, it has quite a few items, a little bit of silver. The main thing here is the Corrupted Magister's Staff. As you can see, that's a very high level staff, tier 5, chance paralysis, plus spell power, plus spirit damage. It is a very strong weapon. These other things, Charm of Still Waters, Enchanter's Armor Cap, are good items, but they're not unique to this chest, and then you get a few potions as well. So if you hold on to the key until this point, there is some advantage to doing it, but it's not a massive advantage, unless you want that staff, which is a very good staff. But anyway, that's all I wanted to show, so let's head back over to the main playthrough.
Right.
This is where the Magi encampment was. Good, potions, we need them. Let's head up here. Let's not head up here because they've barricaded that particular entrance. Okay, we'll go around. Oh yeah, the kennels. If you killed the Mabari or chased him away when he tried to come and join your party at the start of the game, first of all, you're a horrible person, but secondly, you can actually get another Mabari here. So you can still get a Mabari companion if you want one. We of course got the Mabari earlier, so we don't have that option. But it's still interesting that that was even a choice. Where are you? Rogue. It's kind of cool, they use the same sound effects that were in the Kukari Wilds when the Genlock Rogues are around but haven't revealed themselves. Just a nice attention to detail, really. Some war paint for the Mabari. And a collar. Okay, cool. Light wolves. Righto. Let us do this. You know what? Do that. Because I do want to point out that Crushing Prison, instant KO if you freeze something. Yep, shattered. As you can see, just instantly killed it. So it's the same as Wynn's rock attack, whatever it's called, Stone Fist. Crushing Prison does the same thing, it instantly kills something that's been frozen. Okay, another Genlock. Okay, not entirely sure how to get up there because they seem to have blocked that entrance as well. But we can get this pile of sacks for some gloves. Duncan's Fire. We'll go there in a second, see if there's anything interesting. But the Hurlock Vanguard has another piece of...
Have you given any thought to what Anarin said? There is wisdom in his words. You are a mage, and you could be what the Circle needs most. Your life as a Grey Warden has given you a chance to venture abroad, farther than many mages have been. You've seen the world, dealt with kings and lords, Templars and apostates. You've seen the good and bad of all of these. You could bring these experiences back to the Circle, improve it with what you know. It will take time, but it can be done, slowly.
I'll think about it.
I will not live to see the Circle rebuilt and made stronger and more glorious. This will be a dream I take to my grave. It doesn't have to be a dream for you.
Okay, interesting conversation with Wynn, but that wasn't what I was going to say. The Hurlock Vanguard here has another piece of Kaelin's armor, in this case his shield. So we will grab that for sure. I know there is a way to get up here. I just need to find it. I actually think I know how to get there, and it's annoying because it's a long way around. Okay, we will do that then. Yeah, it's actually where we started the game. A little bit silly, I didn't do this in the first place. Around here, if you didn't free the hungry deserter, I believe his body will be here somewhere, and you can loot the key of his corpse. We did, of course, so he's not here, but still. It's okay, Alright, let's keep going. I will say, while it's quite cool to come back to Ostagar and do all this, the area itself is relatively straightforward. There's really only one path to follow, and it's not hard to find. Just keep following around. And there's cool stuff to find, like the joining chalice, but for the most part, there's not actually that much hidden loot. Most of it is either part of the quests, like finding Kaelin's armor, or it is pretty obvious where it is. Okay. Duncan's Fire. Let's see if there's anything to do here. The Darkspawn have done their best to defile the bonfire where Duncan kept his nightly watch. Perhaps they still sense something of the man's power. That's rather sad, actually. Here we go, Royal Enclave. Here's the chest. So we got that key for this earlier, so let's open that up. And inside is Marik's blade, as well as some secret correspondence.
So it's true. He had convinced the forces of Orlais to ally against the Darkspawn.
Empress Celine was merely awaiting his response.
A response that never came, and now never will, thanks to Loghain's treachery.
Never is a long time, Alistair. Give it time, and let cooler heads prevail. There will be peace between us yet.
Well, I hope you live to see it, Wim.
And I hope the Darkspawn don't.
Fair point. If you remember back to the start of the game, Loghain really hates Orlais because they did occupy Ferelden for the last, I can't remember how long, it's like 70 years or 60 years or something. But Kaelin was entertaining the idea of contacting them, and apparently he did, so let's read this correspondence. These page 3 of 3, where's the first 2 pages? It's a bit strange they're out of order, but okay. Kaelin's documents, page 1 of 3. To His Majesty King Kaelin of Ferelden, my warden commander assures me that we face a blight. This thing threatens us both, and we must work together to fight it, lest it devour all. Our two nations have not had a happy history, but that is all it is, history. It is the future that is at stake now. Let us put aside our father's disagreements, so that we may secure the future for both our countries. My chevaliers stand ready and will accompany the Grey Wardens of Orlais to Ferelden. At your word, the might of Orlais will march to reinforce the Ferelden forces. Sincerely, Empress Celine I. An official letter from Empress Celine of Orlais to King Kaelin of Ferelden. Your Majesty, my men will arrive soon as possible to bolster your forces. Make your willing, this blight will be ended before it has begun. Kaelin, I beseech you, as your uncle, not to join the Grey Wardens on the field. You cannot afford to take this risk. Ferelden cannot afford it. Let me remind you again that you do not have an heir. Your death, and it pains me to even think of it, would plunge Ferelden into chaos. And yes, perhaps when this is over, you will allow me to bring up the subject of your heir. While a son from both the Theron and Mac-Tyr lines would unite Ferelden like no other, we must accept that perhaps this can never be. The Queen approaches her 30th year, and her ability to give you a child lessens with each passing month. I submit to you again that it might be time to put Honora aside. We parted harshly the last time I spoke of this, but it has been a full year since then and nothing has changed. Please, nephew, consider my words, and Andraste's grace be with you. A letter from Arl Eamon to King Kaelin. Now that's interesting that Eamon was actually advising that he puts Honora aside, and presumably tries to have an heir with someone else, but that's interesting. Let's keep reading. Part 3. This letter appears to have been crumpled, then carefully smoothed out and folded again. Kaelin, the visit to Ferelden will be postponed indefinitely, due to the Darkspawn problem. You understand, of course. The Darkspawn have odd timing, don't they? Let us deal with them first. Once that is done, we can further discuss a permanent alliance between Orlais and Ferelden. A note, written in an uncharacteristically familiar tone, from Empress Celine I to King Kaelin. Now that is actually quite interesting. I don't know that I've ever really read that before, but it seems there was something going on between Selene and Kaelin. And they were at least friends, or on friendly terms with each other? Don't quite know, but anyway. Right, more Darkspawn. Some over there as well. I do find the archers, like, you think they're not doing much damage, but they actually really stack up damage over the course of a battle. And they're kind of easy to forget about, but they certainly are doing a good job of whittling down your HP. Okay.
As you wish.
I don't think there'll be much out here. Oh, a little bit late there, Zevran, but thanks for the warning, I guess. Oh, more Darkspawn. Alrighty. Let us use this. What are you gonna mark? One, that one. Okay, fine. I will Crushing Prison this one. Yep, there we go. Who leveled up? When? Okay, that's cool. Oh, there's a ballista there that this Darkspawn is using.
This should be easy enough. Stay still.
Don't even know what he's attacking because I don't have anyone over there. Still, it's cool. They can use ballista. Sorry, ballistae. Don't really see that interaction too often. Alright, Zevran. Nope, you're not Zevran. I'm used to having my rogue in the 4th place and my warrior in the 2nd, but that's alright. Darkspawn Maul. Let's deal with this level up. So, win. We will give you some 1 point there, 2 points there. I think that works. Okay. I'm going to start giving her combat training too. It's really been not to my benefit to be forgetting about that. Now, as for spells, what do I need from her? I need horror and sleep, so we'll go with horror. Yeah. I don't really need these spells for win. The only reason I'm grabbing them is that they are part of a spell combination that I do want to show off at some point. So we will do that for now. Cool, I think that's everything up there, so let us continue onwards. Oh, autosave, never a great sign. Why are these bodies frozen? That's alright. Okay, so that's not great. Now you are attacked from both sides here, and that Darkspawn, that sort of Necromancer Darkspawn kind of runs off after this battle. But yeah, so that's what happened to Kaelin after the fight. Not really surprising, the Darkspawn would desecrate his body, but let us deal with this. There's a mage. Let's there come out, please. Like, now. Oh yeah. I do cold damage, and the undead are kind of immune or resistant to it. And they've frozen me, thank you. Right, let us use Crushing Prism. Okay, your turn to be paralyzed. Thank you very much. Yeah, my staff is not doing anything. This was my worry with taking the weapon that I decided to grab in the end. That's okay. We'll just support as we can. And I can still damage the Hurlocks, so that's fine. We'll focus on that. Ooh, that was a nasty spell. I'm gonna need some healing, please. Win. Can't right now. Thank you. Okay. We're gonna have to drink a potion. And a skeleton mage. No boy, no. Okay. Can I do something with win? Yep, I could use this. Because what I was trying to do was just knock him out of that spell, and that did the trick. Actually killed him, so that's a nice bonus. Now I've just got the archers, but like I said, the archers are doing a surprising amount of damage, so... Okay, done. And then a couple more Hurlocks this way. That's okay. Cool, and that's them dealt with, I think. I thought there was a conversation about Kaelin at this point. Oh, maybe you've got to inspect him.
Forgive us, my king. Once we flushed the Darkspawn from their holes and bought ourselves some time, we'll be back to see you to the Maker.
Yeah, so right now, can't do anything for Kaelin. We have to get rid of the Darkspawn first, so it's safe to do something about his current predicament. I mean, he's dead, so, you know, it doesn't really matter, but it's probably not the best way to leave your king.
This should be easy enough.
So, that's alright. Let us just move on for now, and we'll be back for Kaelin later.
You had it coming!
Okay. I wonder. Let's just use this on the archers. There we go. Took them all out. Well, at least we knocked them over. That... Was that a ballista? It was. Yeah, so that's one thing about this fight. So do watch out, because the Darkspawn do have control of some ballistae. And I mean, if you get control of the ballistae, you can use them against the Darkspawn. But until then, they're going to be using them against you. So do try and stay out of their firing line if you can. Over here, of course, I'm relatively safe from them, so... What is that? Curse of Mortality. That is... Curse of Mortality, I've talked about it before, we've encountered it before. It is probably the most devastating spell in the game. When it's used against you, for sure. So I need to take out this... I'm assuming it's the strategist that did it. I'm actually going to take out the Genlock first, though. But yeah, Curse of Mortality prevents healing and does damage over time. It's the preventing healing that's really bad. I mean, damage over time you can kind of deal with if you can heal it off, but you can't when they use Curse of Mortality, so... Fortunately, Alistair seems to have enough health to actually get through it. If it hit my mage, I probably would die to it. There you go, and he's down. Yeah, now do be aware there are the traps around here, so you can get Zephyrin or Liliana to disarm them after the battle for some extra XP. Could be worth doing, and I'm certainly going to do it. There is one more guy though. We'll do that first. But yeah, so do be a little bit careful moving through this area. Cool, and he's down. Good job, Win. Alright. Let's go, Zevran. It's not a whole lot of experience, but honestly, you might as well get it. Leveling up is never a bad thing. And the faster you do that, the better.
On it. As you like.
Think that's all of them? We'll see.
Yes? This should be easy enough. This should be easy enough.
Now this Hurlock Strategist, it does have an arrow pointing at it, and that can only mean one thing. He has a piece of Kaelin's armor, in this case gauntlets. There are 5 pieces of that armor, we've got 3 so far. I think we've got 3, might just check that. Kaelin's shields, Kaelin's gauntlets, Kaelin's greaves. Yeah, it looks like 3. Okay, cool. Pretty sure there's a 4th one you can get soon. And then the 5th one is on the final boss at the end, I'm pretty sure. But before you enter the next area, which I guess it's not really a surprise will be the Tower of Ishal, you do want to make sure you've got 4 pieces of that armor, because otherwise you're going to have to come back and find it. I mean, as long as you're exploring around like I am, it's not really an issue. And they do have the quest markers pointing at them, so pretty hard to miss if you're paying attention. One thing I do want to remember to do is use Glyph of Repulsion and Glyph of Paralysis a little more. Reason for that is I don't really care too much, but there is an achievement tied to using traps, and the glyphs actually count as traps. So it's much better, in my opinion, to use the glyphs than to create your traps and set them on the ground. The glyphs are a little more usable, in my opinion. And since I have them there, I mean, why not?
Right. Darkspawn approach. Watch for their blood.
Darkspawn. Alright, I'm actually going to take my own advice right now, switch to Win. Let my own character do what she will, and we will use a Glyph of Paralysis. Got one, and we might as well use a Glyph of Repulsion, because why not? That was the spell combination, maybe? I don't know. Yes, it was. It was the mass paralyzation spell combination if you use those 2 together. It's quite useful. That Hurlock's almost dead. Hurlock Emissary? Clearly want to take that out. Let us use... Ouch. Never like the fireballs. Oh, that is going to be an issue. I better just heal. Chain lightning. It's painful. It's okay though. Cool, he's down. There's one good thing about having Alistair is he does have his Templar skills. And a Templar is a really good class for warriors to specialise into. Just because of its mage nullifying capabilities.
This should be easy enough.
Okay, let's keep going. Alright, a Hurlock General. Have I got my glyphs back? I do, so we'll use that on the General. You can use Cone of Cold. Thank you. Stone Fist is a good choice, thanks. And now you can use this. Oh, yeah, okay, that is the problem. Friendly fire is possible with that particular spell combination, so I paralyzed my own guys, but that's not the end of the world.
Time for a little bloodletting, I see.
I don't want to hit Zev, so let us do it this way. There you go.
I love this game.
Easy, done. There are some Shrieks, which I believe are a new enemy for us. Pretty sure you can fight these in the deep roads, but we haven't been there yet. So this might get us a Codex entry. Yeah, it does. Let's have a look at that in a second, but let's take them out first. There we go. Done. Done and done. So, let us loot the general for the breastplate and some money. Quest updated. Yeah, so we've got 4 of Kaelin's armor now. This is how much you want before entering the next section of Ostagar.
On it.
So, if you're missing something, which is possible if you're rushing through the areas, but we're not, so we found them pretty easily. Anyway, let's check our Codex entry. Creatures. Shriek. Scholars call these tall, lean darkspawn the Sharlock, though they are more popularly known as Shrieks because of the ear-splitting cries they emit in battle. Many tales exist of soldiers being unnerved by the sounds of approaching Shrieks, cloaked in darkness and never seen until the moment they strike. As horrors of the night, Shrieks are renowned for their incredible speed and agility, as well as their stealth. They are the assassins of the Darkspawn, penetrating the enemy lines and striking their targets, using long, jagged blades attached to their forearms to rip their opponents to shreds in seconds. They have been known to employ poison, often drawn from their own blood, and have demonstrated cunning group tactics when attacking in numbers. Yep, so they are quite a dangerous Darkspawn. Not too bad, but they are certainly stronger than the Genlock rogues and things like that. But they act quite similarly, at using stealth to kind of sneak attack you, but not too bad for us. Okay, with that, I think we're ready to continue on. So here we are at the good old Tower of Ishal. Okay. Choose win, use the Glyph of Repulsion this time. I don't want to paralyze my own characters, so do that. I'm going to keep doing this till I get that achievement, and then I'm probably going to forget about glyphs again. Even though they are, as you can see, really useful. Not really something you want to forget about, because the Glyph of Paralysis in particular is actually really good. Now there is an Ogre there, do be aware of him. These Darkspawn are not particularly strong though. I don't think Crushing Prism will work on him, but it might still do damage over time, so... Oh no, it did work. Nice. I honestly thought it'd be too high level for that to work. But these Darkspawn seem particularly weak. As you can see, I'm like one-shotting so many of them. So, there we go. We did a decent chunk of damage to that Ogre before. And he's down. Oh, Zevran got the killing blow. That's kind of cool. Cinematic kill there. And he's down. Sweet. Good job, Zevran. Although I will say I did most of the damage to him, so maybe good job, Melody. Anyway. Oh, I don't want to talk to Alistair.
This might sound a bit strange, but I have to ask. It's a personal question.
What kind of personal question?
I'm wondering about, well, about Liliana, really. It seems like the two of you have become quite friendly.
Yes, that's right. We're in love.
Ah, I see. I can't say that I'm surprised. I guess I'd hoped it might be different, that you would... that we were... Well, no point in discussing that now, is there? I hope so too. I'm very happy for you both. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Ooh, minus 15. Ouch, that is a lot. I probably could have mitigated that a little better. But that was kind of the, I guess, quote-unquote breakup with Alistair. Not that we ever really pursued the romance with him. But that's okay. Actually, let's see how... He was at decent approval before, so I'm not that worried about it. Yeah, he's still at plus 59, which is fine. Okay. Now, I should say there is not really much loot to grab in the Tower of Ishal. Most of it's just minor, so don't worry if you miss some stuff. There is a unique weapon you can get a bit later. So I'll make sure to grab that, but until then... Okay, lots of Darkspawn to fight though, that's for sure. Let us swap to win and set some traps. Cool, I don't want to paralyze people, so I'm not going to use the other one. But again, these Darkspawn seem to be rather low level for how late we're fighting them. Kind of expected these to be stronger. That Burris gun could have been a problem though. Okay, done. Oh yeah, here's the unique weapon, Nug Crusher. It's a two-handed maul, plus 100 stamina. It's actually quite a good two-handed weapon as well. We might see if it's better than whatever Sten is currently using. When we have Sten in the party, which we don't right now, so that's fine. But it could be worth grabbing that.
The deep. I don't even want to imagine where that leads.
Barricaded door. This is just to prevent you from getting up to the higher levels, because the game is telling you to go into the hole. And we'll do that. I'll just double check there's nothing else I want to grab first. Okay, chainmail, fine, and there's some more rubble. Like I said, just some minor loot around. You can explore or not. But either way, you've got to head into the hole, so let's do that.
Immediately. Weapons at the ready!
See, now these Darkspawn seem a lot stronger than the ones we were just fighting, so I don't know if the ones in the other area are due to a bug or something absurdly low leveled, but that's alright. It just seems a little weird to me, that's all. Cool. And he's dead. I believe that's the first corrupted spider we've found. So it's an update to the giant spider entry. It's not actually a new entry. Corrupted spiders are giant arachnids that originally grew in the depths of the deep roads, feeding on numerous species of large bats. When the deep roads were lost to the Darkspawn, they began to feed on numerous genlogs, and their numbers grew exponentially, as did their size. The Darkspawn taint has become a permanent part of their system, passing on to their progeny. This has had the effect of increasing their size abnormally, as well as their aggressiveness. Some corrupted spiders have made their lairs in surface forests, but most remain underground close to their blight-tainted meals. So there you go, unique type of spider, the corrupted spider. Just what we needed, more spiders. Okay. Let's keep going. Alright. Glyph of paralysis, please.
Yes.
And you can crush imprison this one.
Right. Show me what you got.
Take that.
How about you?
Honestly, even without the achievement, Glyph of Paralysis is just a really good spell I need to remember to use. I could even change your tactics so she's just used at the start of combat, to be honest, which might not be a bad idea. Let's do that quickly. I don't often play with tactics very much, but... So, enemy... Let's just use it on highest health. We will use ability, Glyph of Paralysis. There you go. Save preset. Tactics is always something I tend to forget about. It is a really good system if you remember to use it properly, though. The fact that you can essentially customize your companion's AI is really invaluable. Pretty sure this corridor's trapped. We will see, I guess. Oh no, there's an emissary down there. Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with him, aren't I? Okay, let's do that. Cool, and he's down. Easy. Well, explosive bolts aren't going to help. I do find that crossbows not a very good weapon in this game, despite the number of bolts you do or you can find anyway. Ooh, overwhelm. That's annoying. Gonna keep an eye on my health, and I'll get Wind to heal me if needed. Which, let's face it, it's needed. Wish the game would stop doing that. I want to do that.
Victory shall be mine!
Done. Couple more spiders.
Here we go! Is it just me or do you actually think you hit?
Overwhelm is so annoying. We could actually just do this. Which gives time for the overwhelm to wear off as the spider is frozen. Cool, done. Okay, with that, we are finished with the tunnels, so let us head outside and see what awaits. There's a raven, not that I can do anything with them. There's the Necromancer Darkspawn. It was unfortunately going to revive this ogre, which is really a pain. Okay, ogre's not the only thing he revived, but you do notice that is a risen ogre, and it is a boss. You have a couple of choices here. You can fight the ogre. If you are struggling with the ogre, a really fast way to end this battle is just target the mage. Once the necromancer dies, so will the ogre. I guess I'll try and fight him, we'll see how this goes. If I struggle though, I am just going to attack the mage. Resisted, kind of expected that if I'm honest. Okay. Ogre's not too hard. I believe... Oh well, I'm not going to say that because I might be wrong. Let's just take down the ogre, please, and thank you. Don't do what you're about to do. I know you're going to charge me. Yeah, okay. It's a lot of damage. Are you going to heal me? Yes, thank you. And I'm going to heal myself. These shambling skeletons are also risen by the necromancer, so cool. Took the ogre out for some decent experience, but this battle doesn't really end until you deal with the necromancer. So let us deal with that Genlock necromancer here. As you can see, that blue stuff he's shooting out will resurrect more corpses. I don't think he can resurrect the ogre now that it's dead again. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Let's get started. Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance?
Well, crushing prison worked, so that is a nice start. There you go, he's down. And as you see, once he's died, all his creations died as well. So achievement unlocked in war, victory. Let us have a look at that one. That's just for completing the DLC, I think. Defeated the ogre that killed Kaelin, returned to Ostagar. Yep, sure is. We'll investigate the Genlock in a minute. Before you do that, there's a couple of other things you want to do in this area. Well, I lie. I mean, you can loot the corpses, but what you really want to do is loot the ogre. He's got Duncan's sword and Duncan's dagger. So this is the ogre that killed Kaelin, and Duncan killed it in revenge. So you can actually get Duncan's weapons out of the ogre. Really good weapons as well. I might even give them to Zevran if I'm honest, but we'll take those. And let's have a proper look at them. Let's go to Zev. He's here. Penalty to defense, penalty to magic, that's fine. Duncan's sword. He actually doesn't have enough strength to use Duncan's sword. And Merrick's blade. Duncan's dagger, that's what I was looking for. Tier 6, it's better than the Olaf's Prize cheese knife. Plus dexterity, plus critical backstab damage, plus 10 damage versus dragons is kind of cool. It's just better than what he's currently using as a dagger, so we'll give him that. He can actually use Merrick's blade, which is better than what he's currently using. Plus health regen in combat, weakens nearby darkspawn, that would have been useful a little earlier. Plus 6 damage versus darkspawn, yeah, let's just give him that as well. There we go. Alrighty. I'm guessing...
Yes, my friend.
Oh. We'll check that out in a minute, but let's loot the necromancer.
Let's get started.
Here's the last piece of Kaelin's armor, his helmet, and a little bit of gold.
There it is. The last of them.
It has been a long day. By the lines around your eyes, I dare say you look as old as I.
And if I may say so, milady, you appear to be getting younger by the day.
Be careful who you flirt with, young man. When you wake up beside me tomorrow morning, I'll be back to reminding you of your grandmother.
Beside you?
You heard what I said. It would not be the first time I woke to a younger man in my bed.
Are all women this evil and conniving when they grow old?
Just me, my dear. Just me.
Okay. Well, before we continue on, I do want to check Alistair. He's currently using this tier 5 longsword. I have a feeling he will be much better with Duncan's sword. Yep, it's just a much better weapon. There we go. We'll give him that. Okay. Actually, now that we have Kaelin's armor, I think that's all really good for Alistair. So you can kind of equip him in all of this if you want to. Let's sort by newest. He doesn't actually have the strength. Never mind. You can give him the gauntlets, and they're better than what he's using, that's for sure. You can also give him Kaelin's shield, which he's the only shield character I really have, so I think I'll do that. But I might hold off on the rest of the armor until I increase Alistair's strength a little, then give him the full set. I could always give the rest of the armor to Sten, it doesn't matter which warrior you give it to. But it is good armor. Anyway, when you come back to the tunnels, you'll be treated to a cutscene.
Alistair, are you all right?
Oh, they left him here to rot. We need to do something.
Okay, so here you can decide what to do with Kaelin's body. Now the choices are rather obvious, I think. So you can give him a pyre, you can leave him for the wolves, or you can let the Darkspawn have their fun. So rather grim options for the most part. I will say this Darkspawn option will give you negative approval with all of your companions, except Zevran, who approves. He's kind of sadistic that way. Giving him the pyre is usually the best choice in terms of approval. Aside from role-playing things, I mean, it's obviously the best option in terms of just being a good character. But everyone approves of this except for Zevran and Morrigan, I believe. Except Shale, he's the only companion who has no opinion on this and does not care. All other companions will have an opinion, but the pyre is the best. It is unfortunate I've got Zevran because he's not going to like this, but that's okay.
He was a good man who hoped too much and died too young. He deserves what little honor we can afford to grant him.
There we go, return to Ostagar, and yeah, Zevran disapproves, -3, but Win and Alistair approves, so that's fine. Okay, and with that, we are finished with the DLC, I believe. All that remains is to head back to the world map. Kind of annoying they don't just teleport you there after their funeral, but whatever. We'll walk back, I guess. One thing is you do want to loot the Risen Ogre back at that battlefield before going back to the tunnel, because otherwise you're going to have to walk all the way back there to loot Duncan's swords, but that's okay. Here we are. I'm just going to go to the party camp quickly, and then we will call it an episode, I believe. Yeah, here we are. Couple of things I want to do. Talk to these guys.
formidable folk.
I was hoping he would have some potions. He doesn't. That's okay. Could always grab the Tome of Arcane Technique. I have the gold for it, so I may as well. Certainly don't need to, but it's here, so I might as well. Okay. What do we want to grab? I mean, I could always go the Spirit Healer route. I have the specialization now. Or I could improve my Arcane Warrior skills. I think I'm actually going to go after Death Hex. So let us just do that. Okay.
Something on your mind?
No, I just wondered if it'd have some conversation options after going through the Return to Ostagar DLC, but apparently not. Anyway, with that, I think I will leave this off here. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time.